Hey guys, this is Marl here to give you my review of Boruto episode 8. Yeah, I think it's 8 at this point. I might have lost count. And now in this episode of Boruto, we're going to learn more about his Byakugan, but it's really the Tenseigan, but he doesn't even know about it yet. He does not know about the fact that he has a Tenseigan, and he's trying to find out more about it. But I want to first off point out the fact that right in the beginning of the episode, before the opening credits, we had a small shot, actually a good 20 seconds of the episode, introducing of, I might pronounce his name wrong, but he was the main antagonist of the last Naruto movie. The one from the clan that was huddled on the moon. I think his name was Tenori or Tenari or something. It began with a T. I just further forgot the name of it, but it turns out that we all know the fact that he was alive at the point at the end of the last. But seeing him return in Boruto series means the fact that apparently... No, actually, hold on. Him being put in this episode means the fact that the Boruto movie will make references to the last. Or at least in this case, point out the fact that the last is canon. We all know that the last is officially canon, and being the fact that we haven't even seen him for a while, I thought we were not going to see him any point soon later down the line, ever since when Boruto came out, but we did. Now I could see him making an appearance as a recurring appearance in a way to show Boruto what have to use his new awakened power that he has, at least the Tenseigan. And now, speaking of which, now fast forward to that point after the opening credits, we get to see Boruto, Shikida, Denki, and Iwaki go into a movie theater, seen as watching a movie called Kamasumi. I think that's how Kasasumi. Basically, this ninja superhero that that apparently had a movie released. It was nice to see the fact that there's a movie theater here. Then again, in the Boruto, there is a burger place. There's a burger place, a mall, and now they have a movie theater. So I'm really fast forward with the times. And also later in the there's still we still have more references to the shadow thing, where Boruto makes shadow clones himself, discussing the events that transpired with people who were infected by that shadowy figure. From Denki, the way how Denki was knocked out of it was when Boruto just talked to him. And as for Metal, though, he had to be knocked out in order to free from the Shadow's clutches, including Shino, where Mitsuki just basically almost drowned him in order to get rid of it. And so the delinquent shinobi, the repairman, who also got possessed, where the repairman almost got knocked out, but he didn't. Thankfully, because having knocked down a civilian like that would pretty much be hefty. And as for that one Shino in the last episode, he was talked out of it. So there was that. I love that when all the shadow clones were all together, they always blamed Boruto for how roughly he used his clones at the time during the whole train situation. He got into an argument, a face staring down with his other clone, so that was pretty much fun to watch. Also, what about this episode? Also kind of has funny moments here. Especially seeing him Wari cut into Boruto's room, seeing how he awakens his power, he acted like a complete, his own version of this ninja superhero that he saw in the movie and the comic book. So he was looking at him like, Pearl? And then just looking at him so weirdly. I think he kind of went weird. But the way I was acting to me is like he awakened his power. Yeah, I just started my mic. But it's good. And when Boruto pointed out to both Hinata and Naruto that he has awakened his Byakugan, it turns out that he can't just really just awaken his Byakugan. But he did point out that Himura did out of the blue at one point, referencing to the day when Naruto became Hokage, when Himura activated her Byakugan out of anger for losing her stuffed bear. And according to this series, Well, first, according to Naruto lore, the Byakugan, in order to activate someone's Byakugan from the Hyuga clan, it has to use, the person must use, well, actually not use, must go through considerably amount of training in order to awaken the Byakugan. But in Boruto's case, he thinks he's a genius because he can awaken it without no training whatsoever. But that's really not the case here, since Boruto doesn't have the Byakugan Eye, he has the Tenseigan, which basically all Byakugan together make one more powerful visual jutsu. Like we did with the last. Like it happened with the last episode, in the last movie. But since the Tenseigan is actually part of the Byakugan's bloodline of the Hyuga clan, since the Hyuga clan is the descendants of the Moon tribe, of the Moon's, yeah, I think it's the Moon tribe. I really forgot the name. Now, speaking of having a dream, now I'm going to talk about having a dream sequence. I forgot I mentioned the dream sequence, but Boruto did have a dream with Tonari. I really forgot the dude's name, but if you feel like I was put down in the comments, I really forgot, but he pointed out the fact that his eye will shatter the darkness, and he'll have the fate of the world on his shoulders. Hinting the fact that later more futures down the line, when Boruto becomes a full-fledged Genin, and more we're gonna see where he goes to become developed as a shinobi, Boruto might have to chance of seeing the future of the shinobi world on his shoulders, like Naruto did, at least during the points of Shippuden, where it's mostly prevalent, where he was the child of prophecy. He would become the savior of the world, the hero of the Great Ninja War, and the hero who defended the Leaf Village when Naruto went through all that during the Shippuden era. During Shippuden. So Boruto will go with that in the same length of being a hero, but in different events. Give us a small hint of the fact that Kawaki, who we met in the first episode in the manga, will make his appearance, will somehow make his way down the line. That's also a hint of the fact that Boruto will become the next savior of the world. And I mean that Boruto realizes the fact he's gonna have the future of the world on his hands. But you also know more about the Byakugan. His Byakugan, which actually pretends Saigon to his fans, but he doesn't even know that. We have to see we have to go to see the Hyuga clan again. This time, god damn, what was his name? I really forgotten all these characters' names, but we can see Hanabi all grown up again as the aunt of both Boruto and Hinawara. We also get to see their grandpa, the Lord Hyuga clan, Hinata and Hinabi's father. And seeing him as a grandfather is just so kind of fun, because the way he was hugging both Boruto and Hinawara, this is your grandpa, this is your grandfather here, and he was hugging and rubbing their cheeks like that. And seeing goes to Hinabi when she goes, I'm your auntie, and they're just, Hinawara was loving, and Boruto was just being so awkward about it. Because he's the oldest of the two, so he kind of grew out of it. But seeing the fact that he's seeing tours of the Hyuga clan again, is going to see the Hyuga household again, was actually pretty nice to tell, because I want to know what happened to them at points of, after the last. Obviously, he got older. Hinabi also got older. But personality, I was thinking of, what happened to now is the fact he has grandchildren, he's not like a grandfather. But at least it would have been nice to at least see a small glimpse of Boruto, Naruto, and Hinawara going to Neji's grave, if they did have a grave in the Hyuga household for Neji. It would have been nice to see that personally. And after he explained what the Byakugan was, some Genkai, Lord Hyuga decided to challenge Boruto to a fight to test his eye, and see against his Byakugan. So that was a bit of a nice tease if I was doing the next episode, where Boruto's going to challenge his grandfather, and we're going to see more of him develop as a shinobi, or at least develop his Tenseigan Byakugan eye. So that's till next episode. So overall, this episode was pretty enjoyable. It had its funny moments, and being the fact that Boruto had a dream sequence with the main antagonist who was redeemed from the last movie, hints the fact that Boruto will become the next hero of the village, next hero of the world, or the savior of the world, which most likely he will be, depending on the events that transpire before Kawaki's arrival. So what are you guys think of the episode of Boruto episode? Yeah, I think it's 8, maybe it's 9. I've kind of lost count here, but what do you guys think of the episode? If you like my video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, share it with a friend, and I'll see y'all next time. Laters!